let's discuss something that's rarely spoken about when we talk about neurodivergencies, the impact of class and an early diagnosis. You might have heard recently that as a result of a campaign by Dyslexic Thinking, that you can now add Dyslexic Thinking to your LinkedIn profile as a skill. This urges people who are neurodivergent to redefine the term on their own terms when historically it's been looked at from a point of view of deficit, when actually it can be a very empowering and transformative advantage. Why this is crucial is because it acknowledges the distinct ways that dyslexics think as desirable. Dyslexic thinking can provide you an advantage as it's synonymous with creativity, imagination, and big picture thinking. And if this is something you're interested in finding more about, I would look at a TED Talk by Dean Bragonier on the true gifts of the dyslexic mind. The part of this conversation that I feel is missing is highlighted when celebrities like Richard Branson are always at the forefront of these kind of campaigns. For the record, this isn't a specific criticism of him, and it's probably true for the majority of people that are fronting this campaign, but that's not to say they're not doing amazing things for dyslexics. However, I do think we need to be somewhat critical, because often when we highlight dyslexia positively, or when we refer to dyslexic role models, we refer to people who are generally middle class, who had an early diagnosis of dyslexia, and were able to access support. And their experiences of dyslexia are not going to resonate with many people's experiences of dyslexia. The reality is that the majority of neurodivergent people are from working class backgrounds who probably either don't have a diagnosis, weren't able to get an official diagnosis, or particularly in under-resourced schools, weren't able to get support. Often undiagnosed dyslexics go through the whole education system, finding a bit of resonance with the metaphor that if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will spend the whole of its life thinking it's stupid. Or hearing statements like, well, they have a lot of potential, but they just need to apply themselves better. People who experience intersectional marginalisation because of their neurodivergency, particularly when it relates to class, often experience greater adversities, and those are the people that we need to hear more from. Yes, framing dyslexia positively is important, and so is highlighting prominent dyslexic figures, but understanding how dyslexic people become disenfranchised is an important discussion that's often overlooked.